I think there's a feeling of frustration around the meeting of yesterday and the decisions that we needed to make. The decisions that we made were the only sensible decisions that we could make, having regard to the fact that appeals had been lodged. Indeed, one was lodged on the eve of the board meeting. The fact that legal action outside of that had been threatened, and also given the shift in position of the players with respect to the competition format in the collective bargaining process. So, given those factors, the rollover of the competition from this year into 2010 was really the only sensible decision we could make.
Is this though a decision that you wanted to make?
No, we would have liked it to have been unfettered, so we could have made a decision on its merits. That's not the case. Our decision obviously has been influenced and limited by the collective bargaining process, which we respect, and also the appeals that have been lodged.
The frustration really, though, is that we've been through quite a long process with the provincial unions. We've been incredibly consultative and democratic. Got at least majority support for a lot of the things that we were pushing towards. They weren't our competitions. We didn't have a predetermined view as to what the competition should look like. We just want, in the end, to spit out a competition that suited the principles they all agreed to, and that they could all live with, would be affordable and would work. The fact that 2, 3 or 4 of them have decided to take some legal action to stop that, or at least to delay it, is frustrating. But that's our reality. We'll now push on, as I said to the CEOs this morning. We've got a big week next week with our players to try and sort out this whole collective agreement. If we can get that now before Christmas, it'll be fantastic. If we can't, so be it. We'll do it in the new year. The one thing the decision's done yesterday, of course, is it's relieved the time pressure. So 2010, we'll roll on the 2009 competition, and we'll see how it goes.
I think with the decision to roll the competition over into 2010, we've bought now some time. In terms of 2011, given that it's a very unique year, there will be some form of hybrid format in any event. So we're really talking 2012. So in terms of 2012, I think it's universally accepted that there will need to be a different format from the one that has been played this year in 2009 and will be played next year in 2010. So it gives us some more time. Hopefully, in terms of 2011, we can bring some certainty to that. Maybe even before the end of the year. It's not beyond question, but certainly within the first quarter of next year. So if there are going to be matters which fall from that, such as legal actions, appeals, and so forth, they can be well and truly dealt with prior to the 2012 year.
A little bit of an insight from today, because having delivered this news, we then moved on to what are the options and where do we go from here. Now, in this room today, we had 16 chief executives, and the 14 who are currently in the competition. There are still actually probably more who favour 10-6-10. There is no alternative competition that gets a better majority or unanimous support. And when pushed, those that are not happy with the 10-6-10 cannot come up with something that fits everyone's desires and wants. Can the provincial unions who will play in this competition afford it? We've had very public, very repetitive assertions and statements from a variety of people inside those provinces who said they can, and now we look forward to them enjoying their chance to prove it. Frankly, if there's a good thing that comes out of this, all the very passionate people that have written to us over the last 3 or 4 months, and they can be counted in their thousands, and I hope I've answered everyone individually, although it's possible given the volume that I might have missed the odd one. I hope they now really enjoy the competition and get out there and support their teams. Bring on the bucketheads. I think it'll be great. One of the things that we talked about today was what do we do going forward, because if every time there's a tough decision on the table, people are going to resort to an appeal process or a legal action, you effectively render the democratic process useless. So at some point in time, this organisation needs to get some agreement about what we can and can't do to make appropriate decisions for the future of the game.